And welcome back to TheNosePlays, Thea 2. We will be picking up a new game, and I decided to sort of pull a 180 in terms of our character. So the last time we played with the Chosen and Whores. We played an extremely aggressive game where we basically just attacked everything all the time. We're going to play a very different game this time. I went ahead and unlocked one of the other gods that I haven't played with yet. This is Lada. Lada is the god of love, harmony, and intellect. Her special trait is interesting. It's called mutual love. And basically what it does is it applies faction loyalty or faction disapproval quicker. So you make friends and you make enemies much quicker than you normally would with other gods. So we're going to try to play a game where we try to make a lot of friends. That's essentially what we're going to do. Obviously, you can't make friends with everybody, and so the ones that we do make enemies with, we will be pretty ruthless against, but otherwise, we're going to try to make friends with everybody we can. We also get the benefit of +4 mental shielding. Mental shielding, I believe, is the yellow trait, and so because she is the god of intellect, we're probably going to be pretty good with yellow challenges. So we want to kind of lean into character classes and characters that benefit with yellow challenges. Obviously, we'll want to have a somewhat well-rounded group. But that's going to be one of the things that I think will help us. We are going to be playing on normal difficulty, and just to double check, this is normal difficulty, so nothing strange here. This should all be the default settings now, no longer custom settings like I had before. So we'll just go ahead and get this started, and we've got couple of things that we get to pick from. First off, let's just clear whatever I had in here before. And let's see what options we have. I have 2 god points to spend, so if we can find something useful, we may end up unlocking something. For example, we could add a young Hawklick, which is a forest demon. Might be an interesting character to play around with. I haven't played with one of those before. We could also unlock an inventor or a pirate child if we had another god point, but I don't currently have one. So those are the intellects. We also have a couple of the harmonies. I could take an elf child or a gatherer with my harmony slot. Let's see what we have over here for other bonuses. Father's Tools. Most of these are going to take 5 points. In fact, it looks like, well, not all of them. Yeah, so there's some very expensive ones that we are not going to be able to get. We could unlock something like Seasoned Followers or Gathering Tools, Advanced Gathering Tools. That actually costs 3. This only costs 2. To unlock. And actually, this is not the unlock. It's 10 points to unlock these, so there isn't much that we actually can unlock. This would probably be the only trait that we have access to with our 2 points, unfortunately. Start with 20 experience points divided equally between all members of your group. Well, starting at higher level would be kind of interesting. Having a smaller group might make that more valuable because each character would have more experience points since it's divided. Having a large group means everybody gets less. So I think I want to grab a craftsman because this is a character that benefits from intelligence, if I'm not mistaken. We don't have too many characters that benefit from intelligence. Apparently scoundrels are also pretty good with intelligence. And this one also comes with a rat, so this is actually 2 characters for the price of 1. I think taking the children would be good, because that gives us basically a warrior and a hunter in the mid game, as long as they survive, which they should. The elf child is also very powerful. We played with them in an earlier game, and they're extremely strong. But I think I want to play with some different stuff this time, so we're definitely going to take the children. And I'm definitely going to take, I think, the craftsman. That leaves a gatherer. So we could take like the scoundrel and the rat, and then the gatherer. This is a fairly well-rounded party. It won't be very good at anything until the children grow up, but once the children grow up, we'll have a much more potential for success. We're going to have a rat too, so we're going to have a lot of characters to start off with. And then we got 2 slots that we can take. Since we do have a craftsman, advanced crafting tools seems like a reasonable thing to grab. Granny's Pantry, 40 basic supplies, Fog of Knowledge, or advanced equipment. 5 to 10 random gems and a crow. I think we're just going to take the 40 basic supplies. This will give us an opportunity very early in the game to basically settle down and do a lot of crafting with our crafting tools. And that might make for a good start. So I kind of like that. So that's what we're going to do for now. Alright, let's go ahead and get started. And I got to pick which character we want to make our chosen. So we have a warrior apprentice, a hunter apprentice, and a human craftsman. I'm leaning towards making the scoundrel our chosen, but I'm not 100% on that. I think it either needs to be the scoundrel, the rat, or the craftsman. Definitely not making it a gatherer or either of the children, I don't think, at this point. So we could make it the craftsman. Which craftsman looks the most peaceful? Scoundrels, in my experience, seem to be really good in yellow combat for some reason. They tend to have good yellow stats. That could just be my anecdotal evidence that I happen to have one that was good that way, but I think that is the case. I think they generally are pretty good in yellow combat. I think we're going to take a craftsman as our chosen. Ooh, he looks dapper. Yeah, this looks like a good pick for the chosen of Lada. Let's look at all of them though. Older gentleman. I kind of like that one the best. What do the female craftsmen look like? Do any of them stand out? Yeah, not really. I think I'm going to go with that one dude. Kind of like this guy too, but we'll go with this guy. Alright, and then we'll just play with the default world settings. That seems to work out pretty well most of the time. We'll take a look at our scoundrel once we get in game, Arno, and see if I am mistaken on the intelligence being a critical stat for them. Alright, I disabled the voice chat stuff for a lot of these cutscenes so we don't have to listen to like me click through it so quickly, because a lot of this is just stuff we already know. We've got some seaweed, that's kind of cool to start with. And let's go ahead and go to the equipment screen. We can see we've got a clay crafting tool, which will go on our craftsman. Now, if we take a look at our scoundrel, they start with a weapon that is wisdom based, and that is semi-random. But if we look at their stats, you can see their yellow stats are the highest, and they have 5 intelligence and 6 wisdom to start with. So they're reasonably good at the very early game in yellow combat. These mental challenges are okay, and then they have pretty mediocre stats everywhere else. So this was my experience with my last scoundrel that I played with as well. And so I think she might actually end up having the highest intelligence of our group. This character has high wisdom and reasonable strength, but not super high intelligence. Intelligence does affect crafting though, so putting points into intelligence would be good. Arno says, never understood why the default option of the overmap does not show the resources. It feels like you always want to have it turned on. I agree with that. I'm not sure why it doesn't automatically do that as well. We're going to put the boar on one of the children. This will do a couple of things. As somebody pointed out in one of my last series, gave several good pieces of advice about who their name was. But they said that the boar is good on children because it adds a point of movement to the character, and children start with a base movement of 4, which is 1 less than the rest of your party. So if we can find another boar, or once one of these children grow up, our party will be able to move a little quicker around the map. As long as we only have 1 child, the boar will help take care of that problem. It's also a reasonably good summon for yellow and red challenges, because it can take a hit, basically. Soaks a hit. And that's good. That gives the child something productive to do in a combat. We didn't start with very good gear. Nothing really stands out as exceptional, which you wouldn't expect it to, but I am tempted to get rid of this weapon on this character and replace it with the club, just so we have somebody who can do physical damage. He has reasonably good strength with 5, so if we do need to like smash some spiders or rats or something, he'll do a little bit of damage in a red combat, because we don't have anybody else doing any damage, it looks like. That's a really weak bow attack. Holy crap. And he's got a perception of 5 even. Oh, never mind. I had the wrong character highlighted. Yeah, I was probably highlighting the child. Or maybe him. Yeah, he has really low perception. Okay, that makes sense. We'll go with that for now. I guess we'll just throw this on the kid. And let's take a look at our inventory and see what kind of yummy goodies we started with. So we got some vegetables. We started with a little bit of coal. We got some steel. And a fair amount of wood. I can probably craft some food items right away. That would be good. Alright, let's take a look at the map and turn this on. And what do we got? Shadow Moon, but not much else right here. Oh wait, there's an iron deposit here as well. Okay. Let's go ahead and get some movement. Alright, it's quite a few stone deposits. We've got clay, sandstone, sandstone, and more clay. If we can get up on top of this mountain, it'll give us a much better view of our surroundings. There we go. Alright, and then I've got fish and seaweed over here along with sandstone. There's a point of interest over here, some fruits. Wood and bone. It looks like the Halloween mod is still active. I thought I disabled that. I don't know why it's still turning on for me, but we'll just play through it. Okay, a couple of options from this point. I'm out of movement, so we can spend a turn here collecting sandstone. We won't be able to collect much because we don't have great gathering equipment, but we do have a dedicated gatherer, and we could cook. Although if I'm going to spend any time cooking and gathering, it probably is going to be over here on this tile. So my two options are basically go settle over here for a few turns, get some of that gathering, maybe some crafting done, or we can head down here to this point of interest and kind of scout more of the map. Our food situation is not great with only 12 turns worth of food because we have so many mouths to feed. I think it makes sense to spend some turns over here, but before we do that, let's just take a look at how long this would take. So we could actually collect some sandstone in 2 turns with our 2 best gatherers on this. In fact, even with just one of our best gatherers on this, we could get sandstone in 2 turns. And cooking, I actually don't have enough meat to cook anything, so that is quite unfortunate. We may have to go ahead and spend our first point of research to get another type of food that we can produce. And then crafting. Let's take a look at what we have the ability to craft. With 50 wood, we can actually craft some gathering tools. Or we could use the sandstone and some of the other metals that we have. Although I don't think we have enough steel. Yeah, only 5. So sandstone tools would be the way to go if we wanted to just like craft something quick. And that's actually not as good as the tool that we have. That's our starting tool, was like 2.8, I think, that we found. 120%, not good enough right now. So this would be a pretty bad thing to even bother crafting at this point. We don't have enough people that will be crafting. Alright, so there's no sense in setting up camp. We'll just wait a turn. Yes, we'll cook you food soon. Alright, let's get over here. This gives us a lot more options in terms of what we can gather. And again, I'll put my best gatherer on this. He'll make sandstone every 2 turns. We're going to need the next good gatherers over here. That'll be 2 turns. These 2 over here, that'll be 2 turns. And we can put the rat over here. And once we have some fish and some vegetables, we can send some of these characters over to cook. Looking at cooking, obviously our best cook, since cooking is a crafting task, is going to be our craftsman. So we'll probably bring them over to do some cooking, but really anybody's probably good enough. So we'll spend just a couple of turns here to stockpile food. Alright, we've got some nut tinicure. And we'll go check out the abandoned house that he gave us on the map here. But before we do that, let's get a couple of more turns of gathering done. So it's 2 turns to get anything gathered. Alright, first pop-up adventure. A wise one comes to you wanting to share some of their wisdom that they say you will need over the coming days. I believe that this is related to the Halloween event as well. Let's go ahead and listen. As the cosmic forces align under the sigil of the spirit world, it is traditionally the time of reverence for the dead. An All Souls Day, or Zutski. During this period, it is the Lady of Death, Naya, who is honored and revered, so that she may look well upon the souls of your departed loved ones and also your own soul one day. Creatures of the unlife and those driven by darkness are traditionally invited into homes for feasting in peace, although one must remain ever vigilant of those who break the rules. Okay, so yeah, this is the holiday event. In recent years, the All Souls Day has also been celebrated as All Hallows Eve, a tradition that drifted from the Westerlands. Here, an odd custom of house calls and a thing called trick-or-treating has slowly taken over the land. Carved pumpkins become lanterns, seemingly in honor of the dead, but dark forces often take advantage of such practices. One is said to have to gift these trick-or-treaters with fruit candy, or other goods, or else face mischief in the form of the tricks. House demons boycott this day, offended by its infringement on their own daily practices. Fun fact, vegetables turn into pumpkins and fruit becomes fruit sweets during this time. Scholars think a foreign deity must be playing a trick on Thea. Nod and get ready for the season. Okay, cool. So we got some free candy. If we run into pumpkins, we know giving them some candy, and they will leave us alone, hopefully. How strange. Alright, I want to spend a couple more days collecting food. Also, now that we have some fish, I should be able to cook some food. Some fish cakes, and I need to get a crafting of 50 in order to get this done. How could I get to 50? Probably just take him. Let's look at our gathering real quick. So yeah, he's probably the one I want to take. Yeah, well, no. I want the rat. Helping you out, and then back to cooking and composite. We'll put him on there for a turn. Cool, 12 more fish cakes. That should be good for now. go ahead and break camp and we'll head to Theodore's house. Go inside, try and leave, and we should be best at yellow combats. Ooh, that is not best. Let's resolve manually. We're not particularly good at fighting. Alright, so who do we want to play first? 3 damage, 6 damage. The rat has a showing off, which adds delay. One of the kids had a boar, right? Yeah. Alright, we'll just go ahead and place him because he has the most shielding. Alright, she's placing her character in the corner. Pretty sure she can summon rats. And this character has Strength of the Swarm. I forgot, we needed to play him first, probably, to benefit most from Strength of the Swarm. I should probably play him now, then. And then our Chosen has a hammer attack. I want to save that. Or this is just the Scoundrel also has. This child can place the boar here, but I don't need to place it yet. Okay. So the boar can go there. And then who else do I have? Ah, yes. Let's cancel that attack. Let's place her here with her hammer attack. And she'll guarantee to get some splash damage off. And then we'll use this character to place a boar there. Alright, what can I do next? I guess the kid can do either a poison attack or... The poison attack's pretty quick, and we'll just put the kid back here, I suppose. And that's pretty much it. See how this goes. This does not matter, because they're all attacking the same character. Alright, yeah, we should win this battle pretty easily. Definitely better than I think we would have done without. I'll need to remember the Strength of the Swarm ability on the rat. We lost 18 sanity on Bronislava. But she is pretty high on that stat, so she's not in danger of dying, so we're in good shape. We do want to be careful though. Pumpkins. Have any movement left? I do not. Let's see, 2 turns to gather that. No resources that I want to craft, but we do have some food. So we can make some more fish, and this time I can make some grilled fish. I want you on that, and we'll put her over here. And then as far as cooking is concerned, we'll just throw these characters on any task. Ooh. I guess we'll just attack them. Auto resolve is green. I'll accept that. Yeah, vegetables, dark wood, and some more herbs. Good stuff. Also, bees. Let's go ahead and try to smoke them out. Set a trap. Perfect. 11 amber. Drink the honey nectar. Permanent stats for him and a physical blessing for this character. Awesome. Okay. Now that you've had a little time to get your bearings, how about doing me a bit of a favor? Yeah, let's skip the story. We know we gotta go and talk to the Chosen. And this is our first level. So starting with our Scoundrel. Scoundrel can continue to be high in wisdom. I'll take the 2 points. The Rat. I'm not really sure what to give the Rat. I think, generally speaking, with the Rat character, I'm gonna just give it whatever is the +2 every time. This character could benefit from intelligence, I suppose. This character is our warrior. Interesting. This is our warrior apprentice. I can tell that because they actually have the bonus point of strength that most children don't start with. We'll take the 2 points of wit. That can benefit a warrior. And then this character is our hunter apprentice, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. We'll take the 1 point of perception over the 2 points of destiny. That's almost everybody, and then our main character will definitely take the intelligence. Alright. Did I need to stay here for another turn? Yes. It's going to be 3 turns to get this completed. We are out of fish already. So there is nothing else that we can cook with our current allotment of food. However, it does seem to make sense that we might want to grab one of these other recipes. Traditional menus are pretty useful. Vegetarian combo can also be good if you have a lot of vegetables around. But we definitely have some fish. Go ahead and grab that, and then I'll just double check if I can cook anything. Which I can, but just barely. Oh, actually, we could cook fruit. So yeah, we have a couple of things. So let's start with the mushrooms and the fish. And actually, I want to disable mushrooms from being munched on temporarily, so we don't use up too many of them. That would make it hard to craft with them. I think I forgot to assign people to actually cook. That was unfortunate. Okay, let's try this again. So put you on that. that can go away. We need mushrooms and... Did I already? I thought I did mushrooms and fish. Because he's already crafting it, right? Yeah. So I need, like, mushrooms and fruit. We'll need one of those, and who do we want to put on it? Maybe this character and that character? Not quite enough. But it'll have to do. Alright, we got some iron and some food, and now it's time to move. Get to this point of interest. We want to probably avoid that. Let's go ahead and search the ruins. We found some clay and some sandstone. We'll try to resist this. That's not ideal. What do we have for enemies here? These don't have very many hit points. Then again, neither do we. Okay, so the big one has 13. We will want to focus it down last. It only does 4 damage per attack. So let's start with the rats, because the rat does benefit from Strength of the Swarm. I do probably want to put this character in front of that, because it's going to be alive the longest, and he can take probably 2 hits from that before he takes any reasonable amount of damage. But the rat has to get played first, so we'll put the rat there. And then I guess we put him here. Alright, so... And we just don't have any good purple abilities at all. I do have some extra shielding I can apply to characters in the front line, so we're going to have to do that. Man, I just don't have very many characters that deal any damage, though. Alright, let's get 2 rats out. The rats are going to get pretty strong. This character can go there. Got the damage up to 6 now. That sort of sucks. Alright, this character can play her shield on the rats. Is this for one character only? Ah, it's a single target. Alright. I'm not sure that this is going to be enough. Oh, that really sucks that we only got 6 points of damage. again with the 6 points of damage, which basically kills our rat. Okay, well that's pretty bad. We'll put her out. And I guess we'll put him out. Yeah, we're really bad at these. I don't know. Yeah, I kind of messed up there. Not sure that anybody had any backline positions for this though. Alright, 3 points. She can cast her shielding on somebody. I guess we probably want to cast it on him. And then I don't have a character that I can replace, so... I think we're gonna win, but it's not gonna be pretty. Not getting that 1 point of damage with the rat out really kind of hosed us. We ended up taking a lot more damage in that first combat than we really should have. This was one of those challenges that you don't actually get the damage if you win. So we should be okay. The damage that we sustained during that was not permanent. And if we look at our characters, we can see that all their purple health is fine. So as long as you win those challenges, you don't have to worry. But if you do lose them, it can be pretty bad for you. Alright, we want to head over here to that location. This is going to be a human village, and the first of our lovely friends that we want to try to make. While we're in this location, we actually have quite a few things we could gather, including some fruit, and food is sort of a problem for us. We have a lot of mouths to feed. So, let's get the 2 best gatherers, or at least one of the better gatherers. I need 90. It's gonna have to be her. We're not going to be able to gather this in a single turn, but I can probably get some more cooking done. So we can cook vegetables and fruit. And then I'll put these 2 on research, just so they're doing something. Ooh. Interesting. So we got another child. Let's take a look at them. They have the gathering traits. So they're going to be slightly better at gathering than normal children. Alright, things are kind of getting intense in terms of the number of characters we have. They're all really weak characters though, so it's kind of unfortunate. Gonna have to be extra careful. Alright, let's get some more vision. Alright, we can skip the story, we can convince them we should be really good at this task. We're not very good at purple tasks though. from this spot we can't gather anything. And we got more pumpkins. So there's no sense to camp here, we'll just keep moving. Let's take a look at our map. So it looks like if we head south, there's going to be like a real narrow pass and then some mountains or something. I'm tempted to head out this way to like the northeast. Let's investigate the safer areas. We want to try to avoid combat until some of our characters grow up. The coal and the gathering tools are both welcome. One thing I do want to remember to do, let's disable coal as a primary source of fuel, and let's disable dark wood. We would rather burn up all of this. Also, the mushrooms. Yeah, we'll turn those back on and just keep eating them. Most of our characters are moving up quite nicely. A couple of them fell down. This character dropped specifically because she's the one that took all the damage in the fight earlier, and so to recover some of her hit points each turn, it consumes your morale. I can get some more wood if I want to. $94. I need very little help to finish off the wood, so we'll put the rat on the wood gathering. Cooking, I still have a few things I can cook. We can cook mushroom fruit salad, so we should cook that. And then it looked like I could also cook seaweed fruit salad, and we can put her on that. We'll just throw a couple characters on that, and that's probably fine. We're only going to spend one turn here, so alright, we track down Zignia, the heretic chosen. Let's see, we want to try to pick harmony and intellect challenges. Let's see, yeah, harmony. I believe this is the harmony choice. Alright, cool. Scavenger has leveled up. Let's take a look at what do we have? The trash attack. Lucky Sod increases our luck. Protective Ward. The Scavenger's probably going to be doing a fair bit of gathering, so I don't mind giving them a point in that. That'll just make them better at gathering. Alright, what do we got? There's a mountaintop right here that'll give us vision of the surrounding area. We've got 1 point of movement left. Interesting. So we've got Elvenwood and Dryadwood all in this area. And then to the north, another point of interest. If I move one space north, I can also spend a turn gathering fruit. which we would want to do so that we can cook some more things. Cook all the things. Put him on that. Alright. Slowly but surely, we're making our way. This is Theodore. No, it's not. It is... What is this guy's name? We'll talk to the Dola. So the curve game is up there, so we'll just kind of follow this path. Also, more levels. He's a craftsman, so crafting is essential for him. This is our hunter. Poison throwing dagger is a pretty bad skill on a hunter because they don't tend to take a lot of strength. Protective Ward. This actually gives this character an ability to use in combat that we don't currently have. So I'm going to go ahead and take both of those. Those are actually both pretty good abilities in certain types of tasks. It's unfortunate that it wasn't reversed, because this character is actually going to have a high perception, and Hunter's Mark is a perception-based ability. In fact, I might switch that. We might take the Poison Dagger on this warrior character, because they're going to have a high strength. So yeah, we'll take that. And then this is our Gatherer. They do not have a... Oh, they do have a pretty high intelligence, actually. Also, they have points in both Gathering and Craftsman. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and build up his yellow attacks. He's got reasonably high intellect, surprisingly. So that'll be pretty good for us. Also, lots of new food. And our food situation is still kind of like on the edge of perilous here. The thing that I'm worried about is we're getting very close to winter time. We have 24 more turns of autumn, which is good. But the problem is, once we get to winter, food becomes a lot harder to gather. Alright, we have 4 movements. We need to pick up and keep moving here. Investigate. Among the mostly looted ruins, you discover an untouched chamber hidden beneath a load of rubble that must have shifted recently. Investigate. Search the room and gather anything useful. A starved Striga lashes out at you, forcing you to abandon the room and run. The wounds it left on you turn out to be infected. Lovely. Everybody has 4 turns of an illness that decreases all of our stats, gathering, movement. Basically, we're kind of hosed for like several turns. And we take some damage. Well, that's just great. So now the question is, what do I do about it? I could move here, we could gather more wood and more fruit. We're sort of running out of... I want to grab elven wood? I think I kind of do. I can make elven wood gathering tools that aren't bad. And we're stuck here for a while anyways, so... Oof. Get our 2 best gatherers on that task for now. And... yeah, that's probably fine. Is there any cooking left that I can do? Does not look like it. Not with the foodstuffs that I have. So we are going to have to be very careful. Alright, the rat leveled up in bite, and we have showing off. Showing off is a skill that we did use. Bite. Primary form of attack for beasts. It's just normal damage, but it's pretty quick. I think we'll level up showing off. We're gonna get attacked by pumpkins again. Oh no, this time it's some type of oh, okay, these guys. Yeah, these are sort of like evil wizards. We'll attack him. We will lose. Good grief. I guess let's see if we can perform this any better than the outlook suggests that we're going to perform it. So the most important thing is that we get the rat on the battlefield early, but the rat doesn't have any attacks that don't put him in harm's way. And he has very low health, so maybe the rat is not one that we want to throw out there. This character has a bow attack, so we can kind of like set him up in the middle here. Right, this wisp only has 9 health. So we can do the hammer attack right there, and that sort of makes it really difficult for them to place the rest of their characters. One would hope. Alright, we also have the boar. And this character does not have an ability that's worth playing. Man, we just don't have a lot of characters that can deal damage. The dagger attack can go right here, I guess. We'll put the boar in front of her, probably. I could actually throw him out again. Yeah, let's go ahead and do that. Then we can use her boar to soak that attack. Yeah, this shouldn't be too terrible. The boar has 10 health, so it can soak 2 attacks. That's really good for us. It doesn't matter which one of these we attack because they're all the same card. Oof, that sucks. Well, there's a good chance that that child may have died. 16 health on a child is a lot. Is there anything I can do to salvage this? Probably not. We should put this gathering tool on our gatherer. Right, how many turns do we have to wait for this? What is her health at? -6. Ugh. And her morale is fairly high, but I don't know if that's enough to save her. Nope. The wounds were too grave, so the gates of the underworld opened to take your soul, and yet the gates of the underworld remain shut, and Naya's voice beckons. This time, of all souls, my time. You will serve beyond death. Okay. We have a zombie. Alright, how many more turns till our curse? Well, that's probably one turn, right? Status effects. Illness is only one turn. One turn left on it, so we'll wait one more turn for sure. Ugh. You sit down to your evening meal. Enjoy your food. You realize too late that your food was laced with droppings from a small creature. You feel ill. This character will now have another illness. Shake your fist in the air and swear at the demons, or remain calm and leave. Leopold. Alright, we got our 10 wood. In one turn, each of those characters will gather their resource of choice. So we'll let that play out. And actually, I might gather another thing of wood. Also, still nothing I can cook. But the rat should do something, so we'll just put him on that. Alright. Offspring. Interesting. We have a zombie child. Alright. Up to the curve game, I suppose. Everybody should be mostly healed up by now. How many turns is it? 3 with our 2 best gatherers? That's too long. As you travel through the woodland, you hear the cries of a man. Help, please, someone help me. They are faint, but come from somewhere close. This is an interesting quest adventure. If I remember correctly, we end up getting several bad things happen to us, but there is a fairly good reward later on. Huh. Get some ropes and throw them out. Pull them out. Yeah, so we get bit by a snake. Call out to the man. Throw him the rope again. This time we pull him out and I think we get a bear. Fight the bear. Accept the outcome. Call out to the man angrily. Try pulling him out one last time. And he disappears. We'll run into him again, and when we do, we might be able to claim a good reward if I remember what things to pick. But yeah, we took a little damage to a couple characters. We did get some meat though. And this character leveled up. 2 points into wisdom might make her a Zerka. That would be good. Alright, break camp. Let's travel here. Implore aid. Alright, cool. She can get us in. We got some mental blessings. Yeah, we'll just have to keep wandering around until we find the curve game. Alright, hidden among the fog and shrubbery, you discover the ancient ruins before you. As you scour some old ruins for loot, you notice you're not the first ones to arrive. The other group does not see you yet, but this may change at any moment. Investigate. You took the time to scout, so now you're in a better position for a tactical attack. Let's be friendly, because that's what Lada would like. We will do this manually. Wow. She's pretty tough. And she has a hammer attack. Fortunately for me, I am a zombie. Who also has a hammer attack. But my attack doesn't do 12 freaking damage. Oof, the boar's gonna have to soak that attack. If the boar soaks that attack, these tiles are off limits, which means I need to place either this tile or this tile. Which means we can take his character and place him here, I guess. And then I've got one turn. Gosh, I don't know. I suppose this character's hammer attack would be useful. She does 8 damage. I've already placed her once though. And I can add some extra shielding to some of my characters. And then we should should be able to place the who has the boar? Oh no, the child who died had the boar, which means nobody's carrying the boar. I've got 2 points. I think he definitely needs to go and play. But then placing either of these characters is basically suicide, so... Do slowing any of these characters down help? That's probably the best one. Cool. Now we act before that character gets to act. Oh look, I get 1 more point. But the rat is the only thing I can play. Can I play the rat anywhere that would be safe? No. So we'll just give up that and see what happens. They're getting a lot of splash damage out. God, these 1 hit points. This is pretty much irrelevant. As long as we get 1 point of damage, she's dead. Alright, now we need more than 1 point of damage. We can trade. Let's see if they have anything worth trading for. We definitely want all of the food items, since we're so low on food. We can get rid of the sandstone. And maybe take the steel. We could probably get rid of the clay. Clay is slightly better, it's a tier 2 resource. I don't need the bone. I could probably get rid of the monster bone as well. That's probably good. You didn't get any faction loyalty for that? That feels a little bit shady. Alright, which way were we heading? We're heading out this way, if I'm not mistaken. A terrain artifact. Is that something I want to spend some time collecting? Probably not. You say you were sent by Leopold. Maybe I pay you and you kill the little twat. No. Let's head north for a second and see if we can't uncover the... Man, we can't barely move. Can't quite get to the fish, but I could get to this tile, which means we can collect some seaweed. It also means cooking and other research if possible, which is not. Alright, so with the metal that we have, I'm one clay away from being able to do something like this. I do have the gems to do something like that, though. What about a gathering tool? We could do that and grab Forager's Aids, or just the flat gathering. Let's go ahead and make one of these. Who's our next best craftsman? You. 2 turns. Alright, we'll get some more seaweed and then put somebody else there. Do I have any composites? I can take regular wood and turn it into elven wood. Or I can take elven wood and coal and turn it into regular wood. I don't know that I need more elven wood, but it wouldn't hurt to make some more. that tool. Let's get it equipped on somebody, as well as the boar. This character... Here we go. Has the shielding, so this character can use the boar. And then as far as the gathering tool is concerned... we could put it on anybody. That's probably good on her for now. Ooh, some meat. That would be good to gather. Definitely need more food. Dangerously low on food. That's good, got all that cooked up. Got quartz. Quartz is an interesting stone type. It's the improved stone resource, so it's light for stone, but stone is just generally really heavy anyways. It also has a reasonable good chance to make good crafting tools. So, for example, if we set up camp, and we get our gatherers, I'm curious that her gathering is now higher than his. That tool must really be helping her out. But if we go to gathering, crafting, I mean, and then we design something with like quartz, we can actually get 3.4 crafting, 32% crafting, or 22% crafting with better research and sanity regeneration. The weight of this item is 52, almost 53 units, which when compared to something made of like steel, that's like 120, so steel is way heavier. Silver would be the improved version of steel, which drops down to 63. But the quartz is probably about the same in weight capacity. It's just a few less units. So I think we're going to go ahead and craft one of these. This is something we can't craft right now, but I can add it to my favorites. And if I move to this tile, I can actually gather meat and quartz from 2 different locations. Do I have enough movement to get there this turn? I don't. That's fine. We'll definitely gather meat here for a turn. Here, let's see if there's anything else we want to do. Doesn't look like it. I do want to grab that and set up camp. Alright, so based on these numbers, we can each get these done in 3 turns. That's going to take 4 turns. Equipment-wise, I have 2 of these tools. We can move one of these tools to somebody else. that. Yeah, that's a little bit better. And then cooking. Cook one of those. We need to maybe consider stopping our food consumption on a few of our raw materials, but I think we'll pass on that. Just farm some more quartz. Faith is getting low. Can also get some grilled meat. Drink the honey, get the physical blessing and the gems. That's all good stuff. And we'll get one more deposit of quartz, which is going to take 2 more turns. Alright. Break camp. Cool. Got a bunch of clay. Alright, so from this position, I think we're 5 turns away from winter time. So I want to try to get something done in these next 5 turns, specifically crafting. It's only going to take us 2 turns to get that crafted. And I actually have enough to make 2 of these, which I think I should do. That'll use up pretty much all of our quartz that we just gathered, which is fine, because that's what we wanted it for. It'll give us 2 really decent crafting tools, for the early game at least. And we found a demon. The party's growing. It really is a shame that we lost our warrior before they even grew up. Alright, so we have a demon. We could just go in, but we'll wait for the Dola. Alright, sit down. Use people skills or try to play fair and think of ways to make the woman swear. We're pretty good at that. Auto resolve. We will choose Leopold and our people, and we get a scroll. And we get a Shishak, which actually increases gathering. So that was good. Skip the story, nod and wake. Alright, and then we've got one more turn of crafting. Can I craft something else? Did I not? Oh, I must have only crafted one. Well, let's go to equipment. We'll put this on him. And we'll put this on him. And then look here and see it's still going to take 2 turns. That sucks. But we'll go ahead and get that done real quick. Gathering, we should have probably had people doing some of these tout chores when we were sitting here. Alright, wisdom or strength? Strength gives her higher carry capacity, but yellow combat's really good for us. That's where we want to lean into. Double toss. We'll go with the Gatherer. And then this character, I'm not sure what to lean into for her. It looks like she's pretty average in everything right now, so I guess I'll take the 2 points of wisdom, just have more options for when she grows up. You have to have at least a score of 4 or higher in the critical stat for any class to have a potential to get it chosen for your children when they grow up. I believe that is the case anyways. Alright, I think we need 2 turns to get this item made.